Warning, this podcast may contain explicit content and definitely explicit language that some listeners may find offensive. This podcast is called Uncensored Minds after all. Listener discretion is advised.
Hey.
Hey. Hey. Hey. All right, can we just appreciate how hard that song went and Lil Wayne didn't say a goddamn thing?
I know, for real.
Hey.
All right, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? I am your host, and I go by the name of Jay, and this is my podcast.
Yeah.
Come and get a view from the eyes of an everyday man on what is going on in the world. Laugh, or learn, or both,
Or don't.
as we dive in and talk about what is on my mind.
Come on, nigga.
This is the Uncensored Minds podcast. So sit your ass down, listen, and enjoy. Cut it.
Hey, who the fuck does ad-libs on the intro, bro? What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I am your host, Jay, and I am with a returning guest of mine. He goes by the name of Johnny Jizzle. No, he don't. He goes by the name of Johnny. King Money Entertainment. Stay focused, motherfuckers. Welcome back, Johnny.
What's up, Jay?
Oh, man, it feels good, man. It feels like we're doing something for the first time.
What do you mean?
Well, okay, I'm on track. My goal, if nobody knows, is to do one podcast a month, and I'm doing it. All right, we're doing February. And to be honest with you, this is kind of our little Valentine's edition. But we're recording this way before, just to give you a heads up, because we don't know who won the Super Bowl yet. Do you care any at all about the Super Bowl?
No, I don't.
No? Oh, you like.
Because the Rams and Patriots.
All right, Patriots. Patriots won, man.
I mean,
I'm
I really
all
like
right.
Rams.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. No, you didn't, because you probably hear this next week, right after the Super Bowl. I'm pretty sure the $200 investment that I made on.
$200.
Yeah, no. All right, so the last podcast to me was a major success because the last podcast that I did was uploaded for the very first time on Spotify, and I didn't want to upload previous episodes onto Spotify because I wanted to start have a new, fresh look. So I got a few views on YouTube as well. All in total, it was around 200 listens, with YouTube and Spotify put together. So that's a big deal for me because, once again, if y'all heard the last episode, I don't have social media. So, for 200 people to actually come and look for me, that's dope. That's dope. Do I sound stuffy? But,
No.
I told you this the other day, Johnny, that people will start saying, "Oh, that's not a lot of people," but to me, that's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot to start with.
I don't care if 10 people are listening to me. If 10 people are listening to me religiously, that has to count for something. So the fact that I'm so used to before I went on Spotify, the last one that we did was 141 views or something like that.
Something like that. So
Yeah, that's the one that you and me did, and that was before I was uploading. People would have to go to YouTube, and YouTube is just shout out to the people who do listen to this on YouTube, but it's just not a great spot for podcasts unless you're doing a video one, like the ones that come with the video and all that. This is strictly audio, straight fire, straight fuego in your ears, ladies and gentlemen. And I was fighting with a couple of people, man, because they were saying that. First of all, I don't even know where to start. I'm just so damn excited. I'm excited because a lot of people come up to me with some positive reinforcement on the podcast, saying it was dope. It was actually pretty funny. I got people wanting to come in. I got people who I want to come in, and it's all falling in line.
Yeah.
I'm definitely learning from last year. So it's beautiful, the way it's just working out. And to all the homeboys who want to hop on it, hey man, give me some time. This shit isn't as easy as I make it look. One thing that a lot of people, the people that I do want to hop in, were frustrated at first because they didn't want to hop on. They were like, I don't like the way my voice sounds. And that's what a lot of people tell me. They don't like the way their voice sounds. And I'm like, I still haven't got used to my voice when I'm editing this shit. But everybody like, you got a radio voice. I'm like, what the fuck does a radio voice sound like? But I appreciate everybody who complimented me on that. Makes me feel good. Makes me want to do a better job at this podcast. Look at me trying to sound more professional, but more Do you think I could work at 97.9 The Beat?
You probably could. That's what I'm thinking.
K104. I'm K104 material. Hip hop and R&B.
No, 97.9.
Damn. So, yeah, okay. So far, so good. We're in February. We're recording this the first week of February. So I'm keeping my word. I'm doing one podcast a month. I will eventually start doing more than one. So look forward to that. You know, and I got a couple of collaborations. I got Stay Focused Entertainment working with me. I got a homeboy, and he goes by the name of Tony G. You should go check him out. He's doing some great stuff. One of my good homeboys, man. He's over there supporting the LGBT community. I say LGBT, not LGBTQ. I don't believe in the Q.
What's the Q
I don't know
mean?
I don't know what the Q is. That shit, Dave Chappelle said that shit is sometimes Y. So it's LGBT. And he's doing a good thing, and he's on. Hopefully, I can get him on the podcast now. I'll be collaborating with him because I'm learning some video editing through him. So I like to see all these collaborations. I like having people work with me, and I get to work with others. It's just cool. One thing I am slacking on is finding a studio, ladies and gentlemen. I'm playing. One thing that I am slacking on is last year I was working on a book, and I'm still working on it. It's 2019 and it's already the second month, and I yet to work on it this year. It's just I had so much other things to work on, but I promise, like, I'm working on this book, and the book is gonna be fire. I'll tell you that already. I don't want to talk about it. Probably towards the next podcast, you might hear me talk a little bit more just because I'm close to being finished. But I'm working on a book. I'm working on these podcasts. Johnny knows.
Yeah.
Johnny knows I'm working on a second channel. Is it channel? A second podcast.
Yeah, second podcast.
And if you're a music fanatic, this will definitely be for you. Cause we're hip hop heads.
Yeah.
Is that safe to say?
Yeah.
We're huge hip hop heads. I don't want to give you too much information. I just want y'all to look forward to. There's this hip hop podcast coming out that I'm really gonna like. It's gonna be better than this, in my opinion. Just because Uncensored Minds, I love it because of the freedom, the freestyle of it. That we could talk about anything. We could just laugh and stuff like this. The podcast that I'm working on now is going to be more kind of, you could still be freestyle-ish, but it's more scripted. And I won't say too much. Johnny knows what's up.
Yeah.
Johnny, you know what's up.
Yeah, you have to be ready for it.
You'll be hopping on it every now and then. You know that would, crap. Okay, we can't talk about it. We can't talk about it. I have some ideas for you as well. But anyways, so I'm excited about that. Last podcast, people were confused. Why did we start off the podcast so negative about this guy named Shane? We started off as an inside joke, and I apologize for that. Like, not everybody knows what was going on. Now, I got a good buddy of mine, and yes, we're good buddies. I don't care what the podcast, like we were saying on the podcast, we were just talking shit. That's what guys do. We talk shit. We were supposed to meet up. It was me, Johnny, Jesse from the last podcast, and a homeboy, and he goes, his name is Shane. We were supposed to meet up for a podcast, and we went all the way to his neck of the woods in Dallas, and I live in Fort Worth, so that's about a 45-minute drive.
Yeah.
Right?
So,
Right. Yeah, 45-minute drive, 40 minutes, whatever. We sat in his parking lot calling him. So that's what happened. That's where all the hostility came from. Hey Shane, man, I love you, man. That's the king right there, King Shane. Shout outs to him. But he said he didn't have his phone. I'm not calling him a liar, but I don't believe it. But that's the boy, man. Hopefully later on he'll hop on. This time we won't go to Dallas. We'll probably go to Austin or something. Hell no.
Austin, if I do outside,
Hey.
outside his apartment still.
Hell no. Or yeah, but it was all in good and fun. It was just so funny because we have a new studio because of Shane. And we're in the studio now, ladies and gentlemen. So big shout outs to Shane. I want to say a big whoa, hey, what's up, Lil Wayne? I told you he don't say shit. A big shout out to Shane. I want to give a big shout out to my nigga Gucci, aka Jesse. A lot of people said that he killed that podcast. A lot of people were laughing to the shit that he was saying. I got a lot of positive. I got a lot of positive for Johnny too, man. I was surprised. Johnny was quiet as fuck in that podcast. And Johnny, you're typically a quiet guy, right?
Yeah.
Safe to say.
Back, chill.
Johnny Too Chill. I'm mad. I gave you that nickname. That name is dope, man. Johnny Too Chill. I wanted to take that away. I was like, man, I was low key. I was like, you know what? What if I started introducing myself as J Too Chill?
J Too Chill.
Imagine the introduction. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I am J Too Chill with the Uncensored. Nah, it just doesn't roll off the tongue as Johnny Too Chill.
The thing is, my wife and my mother-in-law calls me Jay, just like for the letter J, I guess. So I can still be J Too Chill.
You can never be J.
Yeah.
Why is everyone fighting me over this name, man? There's multiple people, and there's a couple of people that you know because we work with them. They'll tell me, you know, I was the first J. Man, you better shut the fuck up. I didn't meet you as J. You met me as J. You can't start taking J's. Am I making J's a cool thing since Jay-Z ain't doing it no more?
Oh, yeah.
Nah, I ain't even that
At work,
big.
at least.
I want smoke, Jay. Nah, but what was I going with this? Oh yeah, a lot of positive reinforcements from Jesse and Johnny. People were telling me that I'm not even gonna say who, but you know, someone's a big fan of Johnny. They were like, "Yo, when can I meet him? He reminds me a lot. He's well spoken." I'm like, Johnny?
I still don't understand the well spoken.
I thought he was talking about Jesse. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, Johnny. Soldier Boy. Oh man, why did that the week before we started talking about Soldier Boy became a popular thing next week?
I know that was so.
That
weird.
was so funny, man. I was shitting on Soldier Boy too, but there's some truth in what Soldier Boy was saying.
Yeah, there was
Some truth, But yeah, that's what the hostility was about, man. I have no negative feelings for anybody, so don't think that, oh, you know, who's Shane, who we beefing with? Nah,
no.
that's homeboy, man. That's homeboy. And I want to go back to a conversation that we had on the last podcast. I definitely know who is gonna be on my top worst five. My top 5 for worst rappers. Blueface. Why did we let Blueface become a thing, man? Why is Blueface a thing?
My friend was just showing me that the other day.
It goes back to this goes back to popularity contest. Because that motherfucker can't rap for shit.
That's what he did. He was rapping. He would go to schools and rap and perform for them every chance he can get.
That's sorry.
He put all his money into investing into studio time, everything. Basically, he grinded to get to where he's at. But I don't really care for his music though.
His music is trash. Yeah. I do not respect your crippin'. I do not respect your.
Here in the videos with red shirts and everything on them.
I don't care.
I'm just saying.
Gang culture isn't what it used to be. I think gang culture used to be a lot stricter. I think fashion has become a huge thing in today's society where I've seen The Game wear blue. I've seen YG wear blue. And they're both known bloods. And I've seen Snoop Dogg wear red.
Well, I didn't think of that. And then I seen YG in his video too.
Yeah. So I definitely don't think gang culture is as strict as it used to be. Granted, I'm not in it, as I was, but who's the other guy that I seen? Another well-respected Crip from California. What's his? I got a brain fart. I don't know what his fucking name is.
Oh no.
Victory Lap. Who sings Victory Lap?
Nipsey Hussle.
Nipsey Hussle.
How did I?
He talked. Yeah. Because we hip hop heads, man. We hip hop heads. He talked about it on the Breakfast Club. That he still likes the color red, even though he's a Crip.
See, I didn't.
Or something like that. If I don't.
It's probably something similar to it.
I remember hearing that interview. It was a while ago, so I can't really say word for word what it was or what he said, but I think he was wearing red during his Breakfast Club. And Charlamagne the God, someone who I look up to. A lot of people hate him. I love Charlamagne. Kind of asked about that, not to call him out, but it was like, you a well-known Crip. What's up with all the red? And he talked about it, So I don't think he said nothing too crazy. It was kind of the same lines as, it's fashion nowadays. So All right, Johnny, I'm gonna spit some game at you, bro.
What kind of game?
I think I found out how to tell if you got some hating ass friends.
I've known since I was in high school.
All right, how do you pick up a hating ass friend?
They start acting weird.
Nah.
For one thing, that's the first thing. They start acting kind of weird and like try to down you on certain things. Like that's how I feel.
Well, yeah, okay.
That's just me. I don't know.
Granted. Yo, okay, so I went out to lunch with my brother-in-law yesterday. And this all relates to each other. Not to say that my brother-in-law is a hating ass nigga. He's not. Good dude. I love him. Yeah. Shout outs to Jonathan if he ever listens to this podcast. He never does. Jonathan is the dude that I started this podcast with. And it never got nowhere, man. Because, you got to do something, y'all gotta have the same interests, right?
Yeah.
So, I was kind of pushing him out of his comfort zone. Because not everybody can stand in front of a mic and talk.
Yeah, that's true.
So, I'm surprised you are, Johnny.
Yeah, I'm shocked too.
But it's working for you. Anyways, but me and him, the reason I wanted to do the podcast with him at the very beginning of the whole shits, me and him can have some great conversations.
Yeah.
We went out to sushi and we haven't gone out in a long time. And we were just talking back and forth. There was no quietness. And in the middle of it, I just realized a whole bunch of shit. Neither one of us were on our phones.
Yeah.
We were eating and we didn't have our phones out. The only time I had my phone out was to take a quick snap of the sushi.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw my snap or not, but this is some fire ass sushi. Anyways, so no one had their phones out. It was just great conversation. I was like, you know what? It goes back to, I think a lot of people lost that.
Yeah,
they don't know how to be people anymore.
Yeah.
Like they don't know how to talk to other people anymore. They gotta have their phones out. And it goes back to like you and me, we work at the same spot. How often are we pulling out our phones when we eat?
There's certain times that we do pull it out a lot, and certain times we don't pull it out a lot.
My thing is just I don't think we know how to be bored, and it's okay to be bored.
Yeah.
Like as soon as there's no communication. That's what me and my brother-in-law were talking about yesterday. Is that I love when people hear a good conversation, and even though they don't know who the people, they'll want to hop in.
Yeah.
Like that's the type of conversations that we were having. Like people would just want to hop into the conversation because, they're doing such a good job of talking to each other that other people want to intermingle and talk about it. And nowadays everybody's just shy away.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be on their phones.
Yeah, I've seen people at restaurants that are just both sitting on their phone the whole entire time, and they might talk once or twice.
Me and my wife went out for dinner last night, and I find it so calm and soothing to always be with her and my daughter.
Yeah,
I love it. Maybe just because I'm a family man, or I consider myself a family man, but there's peace in it. And I was on my phone just because my godfather was trying to reach out to me, seeing if we're gonna meet up or something like that.
Yeah.
But when I'm on my phone, she gets on her phone.
Yeah.
And I started thinking about when me and my brother-in-law went to go out for lunch. I was like, damn, I shouldn't have pulled out my phone. Because now we ruined such a good back and forth. Oh, hold on. Text. Oh, now she pulls out her phone because she sees me on my phone.
Yeah.
But that's what everybody does. It's not just us.
Yeah.
If we could be in a group right now and everybody could be having a good time talking, if one person gets quiet to avoid that awkward silence,
they get on their phone.
They pull out the phone. Yeah. They pull out the Motorola Razr in 2019. You ain't got the right. Oh man,
I never had the Razr.
You got the Razr right now, Johnny.
The new Razr. I'm talking about the old Razr.
Yeah, iPhone is the new Razr, huh?
Basically.
Everybody anymore. Anyways, off track. But I'm just reminded of like, man, our cell phones hold a lot of power against us.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like, imagine how this conversation will sound right now if both of you and me had our phones out.
We'd barely be talking.
Nobody would listen to this podcast. But what's so entertaining about podcasts is you don't know that the people, I don't know what podcasts you listen to, the people I listen to, they'll talk shit. Like, one of my favorite podcasts, I'm gonna put you on some sauce, is The Brilliant Idiots with Andrew Schultz and Charlamagne the God. And when Charlamagne pulls out his phone, Andrew Schultz will do a good job of saying, hey man, get off your phone.
Yeah.
We're talking. And that's kind of what I want to do in real life, is like, yo, we're talking, put up your phone. Like, sometimes I want to build the courage to do that. But I'm a very shy and timid person. A lot of people would never have guessed that about me.
Wait, what do you mean?
I'm shy.
Well, I am too. I used to be like so shy.
But I force myself not to be.
Yeah.
I don't know if you notice, like sometimes I stumble upon my own words because in reality, I am really shy. But I force myself to be out of my comfort zone. That way people can know, hey, it's okay to interact with me. It's okay to talk with me, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But people would have never guessed that about me, that I'm very timid. I don't like approaching people. I have to know you to talk to you and have a good time, but like,
I'm the same way.
Yeah, but I think everybody is, and the fact that everybody's on their phones, everybody's gonna start thinking, oh crap, I'm shy. Like, I don't want nobody to know I'm shy, so I'm pulling out my phone. I think everybody's going through the same issues. I don't think anybody is 100% confident to just approach and make new friends or approach a conversation that they hear and they want to join in.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense. And the only reason I'm hopping on my phone on and off now is because you see, I ain't saying nothing. But anyways, so we got to the root of. Anyways, I brought this whole thing up because me and my brother-in-law, we were talking back and forth. And in the midst of the conversation, I discovered something. We talked about people who envied and hate us and claim to be our friends. And correct me if I'm wrong, but true friends will compliment you first and then insult you later, where envious friends will insult you first and compliment you afterwards.
Yes,
Let that sink in, Johnny. Now, okay, it'd be like, for instance, you and me are good friends, right?
Yeah.
If you have some dope ass sweater like the one you got on right now, if I'm hating, I'm gonna be like, man, cheap ass jacket. Now I ain't gonna front though, I like it.
Yeah.
As opposed to, that's a nice ass jacket. Your mama bought it for you?
Yeah.
Like,
that makes more sense.
It all depends on the person, the tone, and the way that comes out first. If it's a compliment, I feel like real hate has to be disguised. And when you disguise it, it has to be followed by love, right?
Yeah.
Or appreciation or anything. When you're not afraid to show, like, you know, props or like just to say, hey, you got it, you'll insult someone later just as like, because guys are so scared of like giving compliments that we gotta joke around afterwards.
Yeah.
Like, yo, Johnny, that's a dope ass hat. And then insult comes afterwards. But if I were to say, Johnny a piece of shit, like that's a piece of shit ass hat. Nah, I'm just playing. It's good though. It looks clean. Like, do you see what I'm saying? Like, and then me and my brother-in-law started thinking. I was like, yo, we actually know people who will insult you first and then compliment you afterwards.
Yeah, my friends don't do that to me.
No, you got some good friends then.
Yeah, I only have a couple, so.
Hey, I also am with the fact that small circles, small friends, it's better than having a whole bunch of people you don't know. But there are some envious people in my life. And I've always known it. But I've never called them out for it. And should I? Do you think I should call them out on their hate?
I mean, it depends on who it is. Like, if it's like a friend that you think was a friend, I guess. Yeah, but if it's just like someone you just talk to here and there, then don't.
You're right. You know what's surprising of it all? And I'm gonna say this. I think Hispanics are the most envious people.
I mean, yeah, my whole family, most of my family is.
Johnny, you're white.
No, both my white. And
well, you're
Mexican
half white,
side.
half Mexican, right?
Yeah, and both my Mexican
and
side
your dick is black. No. That's what they're saying, Johnny. I don't know. You ain't showing me no meat.
That's what they be saying.
No pause. All homo. No, I'm playing. No, but you're half white, half Mexican.
Yeah.
Is there any envy in the? I don't want to say all Mexicans or all Hispanics are the same.
Well, not all. It's like not all my family. It's just like certain parts that always.
Can you pick it up?
Yeah, I mean, I pick it up all the time. It's like they want to say something bad about you, and then try to love you later, kind of thing.
Right.
Or love you after, or something like that.
Yeah.
All the time. But like, there's certain ones that always love you, and there's barely any kind of like, they'll joke around with you, but they won't like
Give you your props.
No, I'm talking about the ones that are good. I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like they won't clown on you.
Yeah,
okay.
They'll clown on you for fun, but they'll love you first before they clown on you.
And that's what I mean.
Yeah.
The compliment comes first and the insult.
Yeah. But I think that's almost every family though, because I hear it all the time from different people, different races.
No, don't get it. Don't.
Like
I don't want to say that blacks aren't involved on this either. But I don't know if because my circle is. Not my circle. My family is Hispanic, and I could definitely see that more than I do. Cause, okay, I grew up in Stop 6 in Fort Worth, and Stop 6 was majorly like black.
Yeah.
So I grew up with nothing but black people, and I loved it. Their family is strong, family values, and yeah, they would whoop someone's ass if you didn't listen to them, but the family was there. Everybody was well connected, and when someone was doing good, they would show love.
Yeah.
They would show support, and I thought that was at that time I thought that was what you were supposed to do, and yes, it is.
Yeah.
Now I move out and I started to meet more of my Mexican family. And it's not that way.
Yeah, that's what I found out.
But for the longest I just thought maybe I'm just in a hateful ass family. The more of these conversations that I have with other Hispanics and other blacks and other whites, I'm starting to see it's more towards the Hispanics that Hispanics aren't willing to support each other.
Yeah.
Let's say, for instance, I go to one of the top-notch college.
They'll hate on you first.
No, they won't hate. They'll say something like, "Oh, I would never pay that much money."
Yeah, they'll say something.
Oh no, I'm not wasting my money.
Yeah.
They'll say something hateful instead of, as opposed to, and this really happened because when I was in Stop 6, when I would go visit in Stop 6, right? I would visit a homeboy.
Yeah.
And I'll be there all the time, bro, to the point where I felt like I lived there. Well, his neighbor came and talked to homeboy's mom and found out that, one of my homeboy's brothers was going to college, and she would start hugging everybody in happiness.
Yeah.
They're not even related. They're just happy for one another.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's beautiful. Like, why can't all families be like that? And that's not even family. That's a neighbor. Like, people are happy to see other people come up, and then Hispanics, they're so quick to tear people down.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted, Johnny. I love the community I come from. I love the rich. What's the word I'm looking for? The rich culture that's behind us. What we're rooted in.
Yeah, I feel the same.
I'm gonna call a spade a spade. Why is there so much hate in between family? Why? Gossip thrives, and not to say that
that's what
gossip thrives. Like, did you hear about this so and so? Like, Johnny, I mind my business. If someone tells me something, it stops there.
Yeah.
One bad game of telephone could ruin someone's perception about somebody else.
Yeah.
I hang around white people. I hang around blacks, but I see it more in Hispanics, maybe because my family's Hispanic and I see them more than I do, but other people come and tell me, yeah, I see what you mean, because my family's like that too. My family, like, people are willing to go out their way and saying, I'm not alone in this whole family of envy stuff. And if I'm being honest, I don't know if I'm 100% correct. But this whole envious thing, I wanna be real and be like, yo, stop hating.
Yeah.
You know, well, we're supposed to be supportive. We're supposed to be, because everybody wants to be lifted up, but yet nobody, you know, everybody's picking everybody down. Am I making sense? Am I just stumbling upon my words? Like I know what I want to say, and I don't know if I'm saying it correctly. Help me out on this, Johnny. Am I saying it right?
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Definitely want to start calling it out more, and I think I'm going to. Like, yo, you know, quit hating.
Yeah.
And that's not for me to say it in a very rude or offensive way. It's just I'm gonna call it what it is, you know, because if I do something good, I want someone to give me my props, you know.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing to, like, hearing such positive, like, ever since I did the podcast, I have more people come and tell me positive stuff, where I'm so used to people like telling me all nothing but negative stuff. So I was like, you know what, it's nice.
Yeah, I like this.
So I started bigging people up. There's a reason I call certain people certain things. You hear me call people king. I want them to think of themselves as a king.
Yeah.
Like, you are king this. Like, I call people king. Like, they may not know why I do it, but when I first do it, it feels good to them, because they've never been, like, I know some people have never been upheld that high.
Yeah.
Like, yo, you called me king. And I got called king back. I'm not gonna lie to you, it feels weird calling another Hispanic king, because it sounds like kind of like land king.
Yeah.
So I avoid calling any Hispanics king, but I'll call other people king, or I'll call them Don, or, you know,
something high up.
Yeah, something high up. I like to praise people. And I like to shit on people that I know, like, very well. Like you. I like to shit on you, Johnny, but I think we're way past, and I don't need to uphold you anymore, because I could come and tell you in person, or I could come and tell you at any time, yo, Johnny, this is great. Yo, Johnny. There's some people that I may not have that communication with, but I still want them to felt like I still hold them up.
I tell people all the time, like, if they have like some kind of dream or something, do it. Like, they say, oh, this is hold me back. Just do it. That's all I say. Just do it.
Yeah, I want to see people come up, man.
Yeah, that's
it's a beautiful thing, because when people see that you're very genuine, and when they come up, they want to help you come up.
Yeah.
I'm okay with still being down here while having my friends, helping my friends move forward.
Yeah.
Because the ones who are very appreciative will come back for me. And it's not because I'm doing it out of, I want them to come back for me. It's just, I really want them to know that I'm genuinely happy for whatever they're doing, their passions, their projects, anything. It doesn't matter. Yeah. So if I may not talk to a person regularly, but I still want to uphold them, having them be called king is still something. Like people like that response. And I'm not doing it to compliment them or nothing. It's just like, hey, if we don't have conversations like that, I still want you to know you're still worth a lot.
Yeah. You're
a king. I call you king. Like, Hispanics, like, I try, I'm not gonna lie, I tried calling a Hispanic a king one time. I was like, I ain't no lag king, cuz. Like, fuck that, man. It's nothing about gangbang, and I forgot all about that gang, man. But I'm not gonna lie, that turned me off. But anybody else, I like to call them king. Like, it gives them a positive reinforcement. Like, it gives them it helps them go along their day with their heads held high.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm all about the positive reinforcements, and I don't want to say his name. Should I say his name?
I don't know. Don't.
Someone that you and me know started doing just that. And he started telling me, hey, Jay, you're perfect. And I ain't gonna front, it felt good, but it also felt insulting, because I know I'm not.
Yeah.
And so he said, nah, I want you to realize you're perfect in being you.
Yeah.
He's like, everybody's so busy trying to be everybody else when they don't realize that you're perfect at you. Be the best you.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna front, the rest of the day I felt great. I was like, that's what I've been trying to do for other people. I want to build that reinforcement. And if you're building a project, I want to be behind it. If you're doing something that's gonna help you in your career, that's gonna help you in your future, something that's gonna help with your hobby, your passions, I definitely want to be behind that and help you and push forward.
Yeah.
Just as I want someone to do for me. You know, as youngins, we were taught the golden rule. Do you remember the golden rule to this day? Well, let me remind you, Johnny. Treat others the way you want to be treated.
Oh, yeah.
We forgot all about that.
Yeah.
And I'm just doing just that. I'm giving people positive reinforcement. I don't try to hate on nobody. And I think I'm only human where I can say sometimes I do envy people. But I do not want to come across as hateful. I'm like, I'll compliment them and I'll be like, yo, that would be me one day. I'll tell them.
Yeah.
To let them know, yo, you're doing something I would like to do.
Yeah.
I think, I wouldn't even say envy. Sometimes it's just, you want certain things for yourself as well.
Yeah.
So when you see someone become successful, I don't think you should envy that. I think you should give it props and be like, yo, that will be me one day. Tell that person. If not, you'll have that I want that attitude, and if that I want that attitude sticks with you, it'll turn into envy, then it'll turn into hate, and it'll turn into greed. I think you're supposed to use that and let that person know one day that will be me.
Yeah.
If not, it's just gonna stick with you, and it's just gonna be nothing but negative. Am I on the right track?
Yeah.
If I'm full of shit, just let me know, Johnny.
You're on track.
And I have something written about my daughter's school. Anyways, I wanted to talk. Oh, that's what I wanted to talk about too. So you're half white.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you could see this, and it's kind of a secret thing with Mexicans and Hispanics and African Americans.
I mean, I'm barely around my white family. So.
Okay, I don't care. You probably still won't feel this. Sometimes no one's willing to admit it, but minorities see white people as all the way up here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've noticed that, but that's a
and I think that's a bunch of shit. I think we're all like, we know that we're all equal, but yet we still see everybody up here. Now I take my daughter to a private school, and I paid top dollar for the school.
Yeah.
And that's not to brag, but who can afford to pay top dollar for their kids to go to elementary school? White people, right?
Yeah.
Because they had the advantages. Like, white privilege is a whole different thing, but they've had the advantages of, okay, they've been here in the United States, their families have been here for a long time, they're able to build wealth and pass it on to generations.
Yeah.
My family just got here one generation ago.
Yeah.
They couldn't give me much, so I had to start from my bottom. But I'm still giving my daughter as much as I could possibly give her with what I was able to get. And it's safe to say that white people have a bunch of that. They came here with nothing, and they also build and they build and they build for the next generation to come, the next generation to come, the next generation to come. And where African Americans, they just got started because they were being oppressed, right?
Yeah.
Oppressed right. So everybody sees white people as higher people, and I just think that's full of shit, because I'm like, okay, and I definitely feel it there at my daughter's school. How do I want to say this correctly? I'm a young individual who's able to who is able to work hard enough to take my daughter to the next spot. And granted, yeah, I could work on getting a better house, I could work on getting a better car, all that money that I'm throwing, but I gotta stop looking at the physicals of today and start looking at the possibilities of tomorrow, and that's my daughter's school.
Yeah.
So I really don't know where I wanted to go with this. I have it on my notes, but it's just something that I wanted to get off my chest. Is that I don't want my daughter to see, because she's going through school and she's definitely seeing that she's an outcast.
Yeah.
But I don't know how. So that's my question to you. How do you get to a 4-year-old's head that she is equal? Because she doesn't feel like it.
I don't know how to answer that.
And these are conversations that I want to have, Johnny. The whole point of this podcast is to let real emotions and distress out. And that's a hard question. You may not know.
That's a really hard question.
Yeah, you may not know, but the fact it's out there. This is a conversation starter.
Yeah.
I mean, one time I had the day off and I was able to go pick up my daughter, and my wife goes, "You better dress nice. Don't dress ghetto." I'm like, I don't care about what these white people think of me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't care. If anything, I'm way younger than them. At 24, 25 years old, they couldn't put their kids through this school.
Yeah.
I'm doing it. So if anybody's feeling superior, it's me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's a conversation I want to have. It's a silent rule that no one's willing to admit. It's like, I want to know if white people are aware of this, and I want to know that, you know, the minorities aren't speaking up about this. Like, why do we see certain people? Why do we have so many people upheld like high and shit? And it's not the shit on white people.
Yeah.
I my godfather is white, and I love him with all my heart. Like, he's family to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's not the fact that he's white. It's just, you see some random person, you're like, oh, you know, respect him. Like the whole, I don't know if you remember back when Nicki and Cardi B got in a fight. They got all these hate comments talking about, why did you have to do it there? And like, that just wasn't the right setting for that. That wasn't the right place for that. Charlamagne got on the radio and said, yo, why do y'all care so much about what these white people think? I bet if it was the BET Awards, that would have been the right place.
Yeah, they would have said it.
It's true though. Like, why? Like, y'all only saying that because it's nothing but rich white people.
Yeah.
Like, y'all, and that's why I started noticing it when he said, I was like, yo, he's right. We gotta stop holding people higher or lower than what they are and realize that we're all equal. Yeah, you may have more financial stability over me, but that shouldn't stop anybody. Black, white, Mexican, Puerto Rican, Asian, nothing.
Yeah.
We're all equal. We really are. It's just it's a conversation no one's having yet, and I want to start that conversation. Granted, this isn't the place to start it, but this is definitely a place where I want it to start. Probably next time you'll hear me talk about this again. Pick it up from this episode and be like, yo, remember when I talked about that? Like, and that's the whole goal of this podcast, Johnny. I want to start having conversations no one's having.
I feel like once people hear this, someone will come out and say, hey, I want to talk to you.
And that's what I'm doing, Johnny, because remember the last podcast that you and me had with Jesse, I asked the question, how do you prove that you're being faithful? You won't believe how many people came up to me and started telling me, yo, that's a hard conversation. That's a hard question. Like, they really came up to me and started having these conversations, these podcast-like conversations.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to start conversations that no one's having, questions that no one's asking. I want to start real, genuine questions, and that's why the whole thing is called Uncensored Mind. I don't want any of these conversations to be secretive anymore.
Yeah.
I don't think people should have it in the back of their heads anymore. Like, I want people to have these real conversations. Now, if you remember, I've had a few episodes of my podcast on SoundCloud. One of them being Nigga What with my homeboy Shantez. You remember Shantez? Yeah. Shout out to Shantez, man. I'm gonna hit him up one day. Now that I know he has a phone. But that's a question that nobody was asking. Like, everybody, all the white people were asking, why can't I say this word?
Yeah.
But they weren't asking blacks, they weren't asking minorities, they were asking each other.
Yeah.
Like, the whole point of that podcast, I had a homeboy named Shantez. He's a young African American, and I said on that podcast how much I hate saying African American because none of his previous generations have been from Africa.
Yeah.
People act like the word black is a bad word. But I won't get back to that podcast. It's just I got a perspective from a homeboy. And how does he see the word? How does he see it in any malicious way? And he did a good job of explaining it. But we're too scared to ask questions. We're too scared to admit truths and ideas. Like this whole cancel culture is dangerous. This whole what's the word I'm looking for? Politically correct thing is dangerous.
Yeah.
You say one wrong thing, you're canceled. I want this to be a platform where you could ask any question. So yeah, like that's a conversation I want to start having. Do not be afraid to come up to me at any time and tell me, yo, like I understand what you mean. Am I coming off clear? I feel like I'm just jumbling, like I'm just talking.
No, you're coming out clear.
Okay.
Like, everything you're saying is like straight.
Like, do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay, because I feel like I know what I want to say, but I go back and listen to these podcasts and I'm like, I don't think I said that the way I intended it to. Like,
no, you say it right. That's how I feel.
Okay, yeah, and that's just a conversation I want out in the open. Like, are you willing to agree that we're too scared to have certain conversations?
That's I feel like a lot of people are. Like they're scared of having certain conversations.
Yeah.
Because they feel like it's gonna backlash on them for some reason.
No, I think.
Well, that's like one of the reasons I'm not saying.
Asking questions should never be in secret.
Yeah.
If you do it in secret, the answer is in secret, and then you can't do nothing with that answer.
Yeah.
Like, I want to have these real, genuine conversations. That's what this platform is for. I can't wait to get started on the second podcast. Nothing has to be politically correct. Nothing with politics. Nothing with the real world. Just music.
Yeah.
Speaking of music.
What is it?
Middle Child. J. Cole.
Oh yeah.
The King. J. Cole. What were your thoughts on Middle Child, man? Hold the fuck up. Hold the fuck up. You had any thoughts on Middle Child?
It was pretty great.
Just pretty great.
But I listened to, Genius has like their little thing where they like review songs and stuff like that. And some people didn't like it because they didn't think it was like one of his like harder verses, I guess. Like he just went off on it. When I first heard it, he went off on it.
Y'all on my dick, bitch. Now, T- killed that beat. Yeah. But you know what's crazy is I don't think let me not say killed. I like that beat a lot, but the reason why it was able to pop out the way it did was just because J. Cole was able to make that beat what it is.
Yeah.
His lyrics gave life to that beat. I'm not gonna front, I was a little disappointed at first when I heard it. Because there was so much hype around it that he was gonna start dissing and start saying names, and like people were already saying that it was gonna be like when Kendrick went on Control.
Yeah.
And like he just started putting people on blast and shit. And then when I heard certain parts that kind of related to Kanye, I was like, yo.
Yeah, when he said, what did he say? He said something about I ain't selling no shoes or something like that.
He said, if I smoke a rapper, it's gonna be legit. It won't be for clout. It won't be for fame. It won't be because my shit ain't selling the same. It won't be to sell you my latest little sneakers. Yo,
when he said all that, I was just like, dang.
He said it won't be to sell you my latest little sneakers. I definitely felt like that was for Kanye, and there's no way it could have been.
Cause who else in the rap game sells sneakers like that? Only one I remember is G-Unit, but that's a long time ago.
There's a lot of rappers with sneakers.
But like, it's big with sneakers, not just like, oh yeah.
I mean, it's granted, I'm willing to bet it's Kanye.
Yeah.
But Pusha also has his own sneaker brand, and Big Sean has his own sneaker. Like, it's not his own sneaker, but they're in collaborations. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I'm saying like, Yeezy's just like huge and stuff.
But I never beef with a nigga for nothing. If I smoke a rapper, it's gonna be legit. It won't be for clout. It won't be for fame. It won't be because my shit ain't selling the same. It won't be to sell you my latest little sneaker. It won't be because some nigga slid in my lane.
All right. This is another thing too. Drake and J. Cole are friends. Pusha T and Drake basically battle each other. That's how I just thought of. This is like he probably went towards Pusha T.
Oh, maybe.
Cause that could be it for real. Like that's what I'm thinking.
Maybe.
It
But
does sound like
hold
it,
on,
though.
but Drake has also gone against Kanye, and
That's
the only
another
reason
thing, too,
that
that's
Kanye, the only reason that Pusha and Drake beef happened was because Drake went at Kanye.
Yeah.
And Pusha said it himself. He's like, yo, if you go after my mans, I'm gonna have to come and hit you up.
Yeah.
And that's what he did. And granted, he executed that beautifully. No one thought that Pusha T was gonna win. But
I kind of figured it because I mean, Pusha T is pretty lyrical genius when it comes to rapping and having bars.
he is an underrated artist. I will say that.
He just doesn't have like the hits, like everybody else has. He has more of like some.
But I
real
feel
rap.
like he wants to be kind of on Nipsey's level, where he is famous and that's good enough. He doesn't want to be crazy up there.
Yeah.
Like he's fine with where he's at. He's the president of Good Money. Like he's happy with where he's at. Whereas in someone like Drake, definitely Drake wants to be on top of everybody. He wants to be on the radio every chance that you can get. If you were to go back and listen to Daytona, that's Pusha T's latest album.
Yeah.
7 tracks on that, and not one of them sounded like a radio smash.
Yeah. It's just,
And I think that was done intentionally. There's a certain formula that you follow if you definitely want to be on the radio.
Yeah.
And I mean, coming from, I used to work on music, so I have a ear. Like I definitely have a ear for what the artist is putting out. Like I could definitely hear, okay, the tweaks that a certain rapper does on a certain beat or certain collaborations. I could definitely hear the differences. Like, and it's a curse because now I can't enjoy music the way I just want to enjoy music.
Yeah.
Like when I listen to music, I if I really enjoy it, I'm like, yo, I want to hop on this beat instead of be like, oh, I can listen to this over and over again.
Yeah.
And it's just a curse of anybody who does music. Like they want to do something with it instead of just enjoy it for what it is. And but that's a rapper's ear. Like you could hear a certain song and hear what they did. You could hear certain edits. You could hear like you could hear the editing. You could hear the mastering, all that stuff. So when I was hearing Daytona, great album by the way.
Yeah.
Great album.
It was.
I didn't hear any formula for this is gonna be a radio hit.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a radio hit. Like I heard none of that whatsoever. But it goes back to I think he's very comfortable where he's at. Very, very comfortable. Anyways, Middle Child I thought was a great song. I just thought it was gonna come with a lot of smoke. After hearing it more than 3 times, I started enjoying it for what it was.
Yeah.
Great track. I loved it. The beat was great. Middle Child, the fact that he said it himself, that he's in between 2 different generations.
Yeah.
The lyrical miracles in the Trapaholics. Not saying that's what he called them, but that's how I reference it. And get this. Correct me if I'm wrong, Johnny. Always correct me if I'm wrong, man. Don't make me sound like an idiot on my own fucking podcast. The older music that I enjoy was drug dealer music.
Basically, that's
The music that's heard today is drug user music.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's it's 2 different perspectives, and I feel like that's why I don't like some of today's music. Cause I'm not to say I was the greatest drug dealer I ever was, but like, but there's definitely a past to me, and I don't know, because I really enjoy hearing it from the drug dealer's perspective more than I do the drug users.
Yeah.
And so he does a good job of, and like that's how I see rap. Drug dealers versus drug users. But if I want to get more technical, it's more lyrical, miracle, and trap.
Yeah.
And I think J. Cole does a really good job of doing it old school and new school all at once. Because, I mean, shit, the second verse started off with some auto-tune, and he did a pretty good job with the auto-tune. Like, he knew how to use it. He didn't overdo it. He was saying I just poured something in my cup. You heard the auto-tune. Like, I've been waiting something I can fit. Like, he does a good job. Like, to me, that almost sounded a little bit like Drake.
Yeah.
until, you know, he said, pistol in your hands don't make you real. Like that whole little ending. I heard someone say it too. I don't know if I heard it on a podcast or in person, but it's funny. Like, I'm pretty sure I heard that from someone who makes music. Like you could pick this up. Like you could tell who sounds like who, what sounds like what. Like was someone working with them? Like I'll tell you this. Oh, I did hear it from another musician. It was the Joe Budden podcast.
Oh,
where he said the exact same thing that I just said. And I don't know if he said this or not. I can't remember that far back. It sounded like Drake was in that studio when J. Cole was recording this. Yeah. Like it was definitely. I feel like it was a little bit influenced by Drake.
Yeah.
Like there was a little bit influenced by Drake. So I'm not too far off because when you work in music, you have to know. Like that's one thing that I loved about music. You could pick up all these things. You used to be in music. Can you still pick the stuff up?
Yeah, I mean, I still am in music, I guess, but I'm just like not doing it myself, I guess.
Yeah, the commercial listener can't pick this stuff up.
No, not at all.
But like someone who worked in the music, who works on music, who helps in music, you definitely pick all this shit up.
Yeah.
So, Middle Child, great track.
Yeah.
Fucking love it. I still jam out to it to this day.
It's funny because it plays on the radio a lot, you know, because it's a big song right now. And then I listen to it all the time on my Spotify, so I still like it.
Yeah. So it's February, Johnny. You know, big commercial holiday.
The season of love.
Season of love. Black History Month, ladies and gentlemen. No, but I mean it is.
It is.
But as the great Charlemagne the God once said, yes, it is Black History Month, but black people make history every day. So nobody should be limited to the shortest month of the year.
That's what I didn't understand. Why did they get the shortest month?
I don't know. I only notice this is because people like Charlemagne call it out.
Yeah.
And I can respect when someone says we shouldn't be held to just 1 month. Like we make history 256 days out of the year. Wait, how many years? 300, right? I'm tripping.
360.
365. I said 200 for some reason. Probably because I was looking at something.
I haven't thought about like how many days are in a year in a long time.
Yeah, but anyways.
Season of love.
Yeah, it's a season of love. It's what you gonna do for Valentine's, Johnny?
Probably nothing.
Oh man.
We're probably gonna go out to eat.
Shout outs to your girl for that big old nothing.
Nah, we'll probably go out to eat. We don't really do much anymore. Like,
how long have y'all been together?
We've been like 7 years.
7 years. Yeah.
I mean, now it's just like.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Every day, love.
June the 9th of this year will be exactly 10 years. Me and my wife.
Dang.
I say 10 years, but we've been on and off. And the reason I don't count that is because it's really like 1 month at a time.
Yeah.
Every other year. But it's still 10 years of the same person.
Yeah.
But when you're with somebody for that long, not that it's not boring. Boring is the word I'm not trying to use, but you could definitely tell who the new couple is at the restaurant because they're just chatty Cathy. Like they just straight up talking the whole time. Me and my girl, we go into that restaurant too deep and we get shit done. We just sit down, we eat, and we jet. Yeah. We know the drill. Like we ain't on that little lovey-dovey kitty shit. Like we're grown folks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We go in the restaurant, you already know what it is, bitch. Give me the same old. My wife says, yeah, same bitch. Give me the we call the waitresses bitch. No, I'm playing. No, but you could pick up on that new love.
Yeah, like they're all over each other and everything.
Yeah. And it disgusts me, you know.
Yeah, it kind of does at a point, like
when you've been with your girl so long, it's just like, please hop in at any time.
I don't know. It's like
it's more natural.
Yeah,
that's the word I'm looking for. It's more natural. I've been with my girl. It's gonna get close to 10 years. It's gonna be 10 years this year, and we go handle our business and we go find activities, and we still know how to have fun with each other.
Yeah,
but fun isn't. I know I haven't got a kiss in like 7 minutes. Like, she must be mad.
Yeah.
I remember, oh shit, she hasn't texted me back in 10 minutes. What's going on? Like all that was, and I don't know if that was kid love. I don't know what new love is because I'm an adult and I've been with the same person for almost 10 years now. But I'm just happy I'm with someone I'm so compatible with. Like, we argue, like really, really argue, like, but we can get over it.
Yeah.
Because there's so much strength in our relationship. If a new couple would have argued the way that me and my wife argue, that relationship is broken.
Yeah.
Long gone. Yo, fam, that shit's dead. She unfollowed you while y'all were talking.
She blocked you.
She blocked you. She deleted. She changed your name in her contacts from Bae to bitch. Like, your whole relationship is dead. Like, Thanos snapped and blew your shit to dust, my G. But there is a beauty in having strength and age in your relationship.
Yeah.
Real relationship goals. It's not the whole money and going out to Hawaii and taking pictures together. Relationship goals is seeing that old ass couple at Denny's. And they ain't even talking to each other, fam. They already know what it is. They just there to eat, my G. If anything, the restaurant's bothering their relationship. Like, that's a real talk. Like, that's a relationship I'm been looking for. And you'll get there, Johnny. 7 years, that's a long time. Like, y'all are beyond that lovey-dovey phase. That honeymoon phase only lasts for 1 or 2 years.
Yeah.
Then the real shit happens. And you know what's crazy is time strengthens. Like, as time goes by, y'all find out more things to do as a couple and not as an individual, and that strengthens the relationship. Like, I don't know how it was for you. I'll ask you in a bit, but our relationship was kind of trash at the beginning. I didn't even think I was gonna be with her. I think as a youngin', my motivation was just off looks. I'm like, damn, shawty look bad. Like, ooh, like my whole like, I may not be the looker that I once was back then, but her same reaction was like, he's a handsome man. Like, she wants to holler too. But our priorities weren't straight. As we grew older, that's why we kept breaking up and off, because we liked each other, but we couldn't stand each other. Yeah. We didn't like anything about each other. But once we got all past that and we started doing things together, it helped us as a person, but as a couple as well, because we weren't looking at priorities as, shawty's ass has to be fat, or, she can't, I feel like those are real, like what people really look for in people.
Yeah.
And there's beauty in age, Johnny. Like, you could either have your relationship age like milk or like wine.
Yeah.
So, how'd you and yours meet?
I mean, I met her in high school in 10th grade, but
so high school sweethearts.
Kind of, I guess. That's what people say, but we didn't start dating until after high school.
Oh, so you met her in high school?
But, yeah. Okay. I mean, I met her. I barely even talked to her in 10th grade. Then I had classes switched out, so I didn't have her in my class. And then 11th grade, I didn't see her. 12th grade, and almost at the end of the year, one of my friends knew her, and we hung out with her. And that's how I started hanging out with her more. And then eventually, I mean, the summer passed. We were already graduated, so the summer passed. And December, I think? It was 2012. I graduated 2012.
You better think long and hard, because if you get your anniversary wrong, man, I am not responsible for your funeral.
Not the anniversary. I'm talking about all right. I graduated 2011. I was still hanging out with her 2012 of December. Or no, 2011 of December, my bad. I told her that I liked her over a text message.
Oh!
Because she was...
Oh, no! Johnny, through text!
The only reason is...
I can't judge. We no. Go ahead.
The only reason is because I was out of the state. She was out of town. She was in her family. This is Christmas time.
Okay.
So that's why I just told her, she knew I liked somebody, but... Because I've hung out with her so much.
So that's how you slid?
Yeah, I just told her, I was like, yeah, I like somebody. And she's like, who's that?
Oh, you're
like,
corny.
It's you.
Oh,
And then,
you're corny. Nah, Johnny. I thought you were going to spit mad game.
Nah, and then, what's it called? After that, we both, like, came back. We seen each other, started talking, whatever. And just, like, seeing how it'd be. And then finally, I just, like, asked her, because I kind of asked her out through text, and then she's like, oh, let me think about it. So when we seen each other or whatever, I don't know why I did this, but even she tells me to this day, it's like, I don't even know why you did this, but I had texted her. We've been hanging out a couple days after that, so we've been chilling. And then January.
No Netflix and show.
No, I don't think Netflix is that popular. I don't even know when.
Yes, it was.
I didn't have Netflix. I know that.
Broke boy.
But I had told her, it's like, so have you thought your decision? Because I'm tired of waiting. I told her.
Oh, that's more player than I like someone.
And then she said yeah. So that was January 5th, and we've been together ever since.
Okay.
Yep. And another thing too, motivation wise, of like me trying to find somebody, is actually my first girlfriend. For one thing, she's my first girlfriend. Only reason is because one thing, I'm shy, so I couldn't approach a girl.
Hold on, she was your first girlfriend?
Yeah.
Man, Johnny, you are the gentleman.
All right, yeah. I was shy.
You are the gentleman, man. Oh shit.
All right.
Here I'm thinking you fucking every hoe.
No.
Damn, Johnny the gentleman.
Right.
Hey, I ain't gonna front. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like the fact that. Anyways, before I get my little man crush on, go on.
Alright, so what was I saying? She's my first girlfriend, and I was shy. That's the reason I didn't really talk to other girls. There was girls that did like me, but I didn't really like them, so I kind of told them no. And then I got with her, and the other motivation of like trying to find someone that I want to be with the rest of my life is because my great-grandparents were together they were together for 60 years, like married for 60 years. I mean, they've been together longer than that. And they didn't really pass away together, but like one had went and then the other had went because...
Right away?
No, it was like months later, but he was like...
Yeah, that's right away, Johnny.
Like,
but
yeah, because...
Come on, before you go there, I find that amazing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm willing to bet you didn't tell me who, or I wasn't listening. I'm guessing your grandpa went first.
No, the other way around.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He was pretty sad. Like, he's basically alone, not alone, but like one of my aunts had stayed with him while he was by himself in their house that they've been in forever, since I was even younger too. Is like he just like, one thing he did have, they were both like sick with like diseases and stuff, but he's like just so brokenhearted and lonely that he just like he was sick too, so he's just like, I live my life.
He basically lived for her.
Yeah, basically.
That's awesome.
Yeah, like that.
No, that's a relationship goal, John.
That's what I'm saying.
Those are real relationship goals.
That's why I wanted to be like, and because like my other part of my family is like, I always see like divorce or breakups and stuff like that, and seeing that one positive thing got me like, all right, I want to be like that.
Yeah. And I don't know, like I know it's definitely people my age, our age, where it's all about who could get the most hoes.
Yeah.
And I'm never got, like, I can understand it. Yeah, there's some beautiful women out there, but if you're going for looks, man, looks disappear.
Yeah, once you find out who they are.
Yeah, it's like these Instagram hoes right now, yeah, they bad as fuck. They look good as shit. Yeah. Now, in 10 years, they're gonna be someone younger and better looking than you are.
Yeah.
Like, and that's one of my issues was, I don't think when I was single, when I have been single, that pretty girls don't have a personality because they don't need one.
Yeah,
their looks grab the men that they want, but that shit goes away.
Yeah, they don't even get in a relationship. Most of the time, it's just more of like they have sex and
and to me, there's nothing better than having a personality, man. Like me and my wife look nothing like we did 10 years ago, and to me, my wife is still gorgeous and beautiful, right? But she definitely doesn't look like what she used to look, and the same goes for me. I definitely don't look like what I used to, but we fell in love with each other's personality to a point where looks come second to that.
Yeah, that's how it's the same for me.
And I can understand why people why guys want to go and grab as many hoes as they want, but I'm like, at the end of the day, it's only gonna hurt you.
Yeah.
I don't think human beings were meant to be crazy sexual partners with a lot of people. It will mess you up one way or another. There's nothing like being in a grounded relationship.
And then I know people that
but that's just me, and that's just us because we come from it. People will say, oh, I'm enjoying being single. Good.
Yeah.
But some people are using sex as an escape and not even knowing it.
Yeah, there's people I know that
and before you go on, because this goes to what I'm saying, they'll use sex also as a drug.
Yeah.
It feels good, so I'm just gonna do it. Yeah. And just like any other drug, once it wears out, you need more.
Yeah.
You need more. I'm to a point where I can understand why people like being single and stuff like that, why they like, multiple dating, but cheating is one thing that I've never understood. I'm like, it's so easy to break up with somebody.
That's what I tell my wife too.
Have you ever been accused?
Oh, what?
Of cheating?
No.
Oh man. Yeah, you're too good.
Yeah,
I've been accused. But the funny thing is I've never done it.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, man, what the fuck are you talking about?
I'm not even close to it.
I was at home. What are you talking about?
You can see it right here.
I'm right here. Oh man, that's how confident my girl is in me. Is she thinks I am just so goddamn drop dead gorgeous that I can just pick up any hoe off the street like this. I'm like, babe, you have so much confidence in me, and I appreciate that, but that's not really how it works. I'm like, yo, no girl is looking at me like, damn, look at his dad belly.
Yeah.
There's my girl has so much confidence in me, and it makes me feel good because I'm thinking, okay, she thinks I'm looking good. Nah, that ain't how it is, G. I go home, I go to work, and I get clowned for being overweight and shit. I'm like, yo, okay. So my girl was just lying to me, hyping me up. No, but it's just funny because when I say I got accused of cheating, this is also when we were younger, probably when we were 5 years together. Almost 10 years. We joke about it.
Yeah.
The other day, she texted me while we were doing our podcast. I ain't seen no Snapchat. You must be home.
Yeah.
And anytime we go to at Target, if I go to the Target, I love electronics.
Yeah.
So she could be shopping her clothes. I'm like, all right, babe, I'm gonna go to electronics. She's like, all right, don't go home. It's just funny because all those jokes and all that little silly play came from actual real feelings of, oh, he's cheating.
Yeah.
I've gotten accused of checking women out that I haven't even seen. And that's funny because I'm not the only guy.
Yeah.
Other guys are, because there was one time, I remember, this was a long time ago. I got accused of checking out some girl that I didn't even know was there. And I was looking for her to see, I might as well look at her. And I'm like, where is she? And I see some girls oh, never mind. Let me not check her out. But it's just funny how a relationship goes. And I've also had some jealousy as well. Now I could give a damn. We've been together so long. And it's not to oh, she could go with any guy. I don't care. It's just that after 10 years, you know a person.
Yeah.
I don't care if she checks out other guys. I don't give a damn. As long as you don't touch the merch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we actually talk about And I think it's healthy that we could talk about crushes. Like, I know who celebrity crushes are. She knows who my celebrity crushes are. Like, we could talk about how, like, it's just healthy.
Yeah.
But that's what happens when you put in time into a relationship. And me and my girl, we didn't start off on good terms. I met her at the mall.
Like, just walking around, just seeing
yeah.
each other.
And I was like, damn, she fine as fuck. Yo, let me holler at the shot. We set up a date to go to the mall again. This time she brings a homegirl. Because I guess she didn't trust me or she didn't know nothing about me. And yeah, this is my game banging days. So Shotty met me in the Dickie jeans and the button up. You know what I'm saying? Had the Cortezes. I thought I was flying back then, man. I was like, ooh, I'm killing it. And then I trashed garbage back then. But anyways, I had the Dickies on. I thought I was fly as fuck. She brought homegirl. And I didn't know it, but as we started talking, or as time went on, I realized she did it because she didn't know who I was and she didn't want to be by herself. I'm like, that's pretty smart.
Yeah.
I gotta applaud that. But she wasn't talking to me the whole entire time because she was extremely shy.
Oh.
And at this time I was a loser, bro. I was a loser, so I wasn't used to talking like really pretty girls and blah blah blah. And so I'm like, oh, she just ain't talking to me, but she was shy the whole time.
Yeah.
So me and homegirl were talking, and she, I was like, well, if she ain't gonna talk to me, I'm like, I don't want to be awkward and just be in silence. So I'm gonna talk to homegirl, and it wasn't as homegirl's fine. I'm gonna talk to her. This was like, well, just to create conversation, yeah. Right? So we leave the mall. I get a text message at night. You were talking to a homegirl the whole entire time, and if you want, I can give you her number. She was just angry. I was like, yo, you weren't talking to me. You were not talking to me. She was like, I was shy and I was nervous. I was like, how could you possibly be shy? Like, blah, blah, blah. Like, I was talking the whole entire time. So we didn't get off to a great start because she already thought I was trying to, if you don't know a person, you already seen that a nigga trying to holler at your girl or what you think is hollering, that relationship ain't gonna start great. Yeah. So we kept on trying. And honest to God, I don't know why she's with me, man. Like, my girl is too good to me. Like, I've done a whole bunch of whole ass shit to her. Never cheated on her, but you don't have to cheat to break someone's heart. Yeah. Like I said on the last podcast too, I was so fake. I was so infatuated in being a certain type of person that I wasn't telling her who I really was. And when she found out, a pile of lies tumbled down, and she didn't have to be with me, but she saw something in me, and if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be the person that I am today. Yeah. But that's the beautiful thing about being in a grounded relationship is you're not just with a person because you love that person. That person also, if they genuinely love you, they'll turn you into a better person.
Yeah, that's how it was for me.
See, I once told her, you make me want to be a better person so I could get a better girlfriend. No, I'm playing. No, no, I didn't say that. But she really does make me want to be a better person because she taught me how to be the realest I could possibly be. Yeah. Like I said, and I couldn't admit it. Nobody can admit it when they're being fake. But I was fake our whole relationship. Yeah. Because I was so, I wanted to be the cool dude, so I was doing what the cool dude was doing. I had to lie about my interests. I was doing what the cool things like. I had to do all these drugs because all the kids that I was looking up to were doing them, and that wasn't me. Yeah. And like I lied about my identity. I lied about a lot of stuff just to impress her. Yeah. The whole concept of I'm not perfect, but for you I will be. Like, it's not that can't be facts. Yeah. You gotta show somebody your flaws, that way they can work on it. Because if you show them the imperfections that are covering the flaws, that relationship isn't going nowhere. So that's one thing that I will never do to her is cheat. Yeah. Because, not because she's also the mother of my child, but I have so much respect to her because she didn't have to do what she had to do. Yeah. Granted, me and her, she's also done some fuck shit to me. But that comes from being young and being young in the relationship and not knowing if it's gonna be serious and like all that other stuff. But once we piled ourselves together, once we calmly collected ourselves after every breakup, after like being broken up for a month or two, we would always find a way to make some excuse to talk to each other.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I miss you. Like, blah, blah, blah. Like, but it's just having a great relationship makes you a great person for you and for your significant other.
Yeah.
Like, God forbid that one day I'll cheat. If I do, Johnny, I'm gonna tell you straight up as a homeboy, and I'm not just telling you this because my girl pretends to listen to my shit. No, it's just, yeah, I heard your podcast. No, she didn't. But I'm gonna tell you as a homeboy, if I ever wanted to cheat, I would break up with her.
Yeah,
I would do that before I would even, because niggas are so like willing to admit, yeah, nigga, I got a side bitch, I got a little. But if their dad did it to them, to their own mom,
yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna have to whoop my ass. He cheated on my mom. You know. Once again, keep that same energy.
Yeah.
If you don't want it done to your sister, to your mother, why would you do it to your significant other?
Yeah.
So, and I don't think I want to cheat. I think looks are nice to look at. Yeah, there's some beautiful women out in the world, Johnny, but I put so much time and effort into this relationship, and I still find my wife beautiful and attractive. Why am I gonna throw that away? All that hard work, all that who she turned me into, all what we're building an empire. Why would I throw it away for 10 seconds of pleasure?
Yeah.
For a piece of ass.
That's me and my wife had this conversation too. It's just like, why would you do that for?
And I think couples should have this relationship. Yeah. I don't think couples are having this conversation.
Yeah.
Because if they were, there would be better, stronger couples out there.
And it's weird because like some of the like people that I know that are trying to cheat on their girl or just like hoeing around and stuff like that, they're starting to see, like, they'll see me or like see someone else that's kind of like how I am.
And they'll say they want something like that.
Yeah, they want to be like that.
But it takes work, Johnny.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But they're getting to that point where like they're trying to be like that. They stop cheating. They stop trying to hoe around. And now
it's work.
They're finding someone that's like, all right, I see this girl with me the rest of my life.
Yeah. But it honestly takes real work.
Yeah, it does.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why I've told him too. It's like it's not gonna be super easy. You just gotta work hard at it, like you would do anything else.
And that's just one factor why I plan on being with her like for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Not to mention, I don't want to put my daughter through that. Like, yo, yeah, my dad found someone else. Like,
yeah.
Like, I know what that feels like. My dad's been fucking hoeing around behind my mom's back, and I've been wanting to kill his ass. So the fact that I know what a child feels like when he sees his parents in an unstable relationship,
yeah.
I love my family too much to do that. I don't want to put my daughter through that. I definitely don't want to put my wife through that.
Yeah.
Like, but it's work. It's so easy to cheat, Johnny.
It is, but
it's not incredibly easy like my girl thinks it is. Like, where I can just pick up some random bitch at Whataburger, like, hey, you got the number 2 too? All right, let's go fuck. Yo, if a girl gets a number 2 at Whataburger, that's a big bitch. But anyways, it's not as easy as she thinks it is, but it's easier than staying in a relationship.
Yeah.
Because being in a relationship is hard.
Yeah.
It takes work. It takes patience. It takes endurance. It takes love. It takes compassion. It's just all this stuff. So all that to say, I'm just getting her a box of chocolates for Valentine's.
Yeah, like
you ain't getting shit, bitch. No, but
just get a gift and a nice dinner, and that's it. Not even.
But Johnny,
sometimes we go with the Chili's for freaking Valentine's Day.
I don't have to wait till Valentine's.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll get my wife roses just because it's fucking Wednesday.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like, it takes someone to do it first, bro. Because like people will think that's corny until they see someone who they respect do it. You know?
Yeah.
Like, oh man, that's kind of play. You got the old wife some roses. Got the old wife some chocolates. Like, people will think it's corny. Mom, whether it's corny or not, I'm doing it because for the first time in a long time, I could be real with her.
Yeah.
Like, I'm doing it because, I don't have to wait till February the 14th to show love and compassion. It's more of a highlight.
Yeah.
Like, my daughter sees this because she's gonna go to school. She's gonna pass out little Valentine cards. She's gonna get a big ass Valentine's gift from her dad.
Yeah.
But that's because it's the sport it's the game of the sport. You know what I'm saying? It's just the sport. But I don't have to wait till February the 14th of any year to show compassion and love towards the two most empowering women in my life.
Yeah.
And boy, man, I'm telling you, man, the cheaters that I know, when they have daughters, oh man, they start getting anxious. They're 2 years old or 3 years old or 1 year old.
Yeah.
And they talk about, yo, I'm gonna have to kill a nigga. Like, why? She don't even know about other guys. She's only a baby and you're already worried about what some other guy's gonna do to her.
Yeah.
Why? That's your conscience biting you in the fucking ass. I have no conscience, Johnny. You know what's crazy? I've never cheated in my life on any relationship. I've had a lot of girlfriends in my day, bro. But you know what's crazy? I've never approached one girl in my life. Every girl in my life, including my wife today, has approached me.
Dang.
And I don't know, because I was, good looking back in the day, you know what I'm saying? A nigga was working on something, you know? A nigga looking mighty fine back in the day. But I've just always been super shy and super timid that I could never approach a girl.
Yeah.
But once a girl approached me, it always made me feel great. Like, I remember, me and my girl could talk about our past. Like, she'll talk to me about her ex, and I could talk to her about mine. But it's just healthy because back then, all that jealousy wouldn't admit that that's still part of their lives. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I remember when I was younger, probably like 14 or something, I went out to Parks Mall with a couple of homeboys, like 4 homeboys.
Yeah.
And one of my homeboys saw this like really cute, attractive little girl. Like, I say little because she was the same age as we were when we were little. 14, 15, right?
Yeah.
And she was really attractive at that time to us. And homeboy was like, I'm a holla at her. All right. And I dabbed him. I was like, okay, cool. He goes over there. He comes back all defeated and sad and stuff. I'm like, yo, what happened? It's like, yo, she said she's looking at you. I'm like, ah! And I dabbed him. I was like, I got it, nigga. But every girl, I'm telling you, every girl that I've ever dated, every girl, and I've had a lot of girlfriends.
Yeah.
And my wife knows this. Has approached me, but the only reason that I saw what I saw in my wife was at that time she was very pretty, but she also had a realness to her, which none of these other girls had.
Yeah.
Like, all these girls were just backing up the relationship by what they look like.
Yeah.
My girl had real personality. She could tell you what was real. She could tell you what was fake. She could tell you and it was almost God-driven, the fact that I was supposed to be with her, because I was the fakest dude I could possibly be back then. Like, just to fit in the fucking crowd. I don't know, like, I wish I could go back in time and slap the fuck out of myself. I'm like, yo, dude, just do what you want to do.
Yeah.
You ain't gotta press nobody. You will attract who you will attract. And luckily, I'm still with the person who I attracted even when I wasn't who I was pretending to be. You know what I'm saying? But, so I'm hoping we're gonna have a pretty good Valentine's, and I hope everybody out there has a pretty good Valentine's, man. Shout out to the people who are 24 hours pregnant right now in Atlanta because of the Super Bowl and don't even know it yet, man. I hope y'all have a good Valentine's.
Yeah, it's crazy for me too. Is I actually proposed to my wife on Valentine's Day.
Oh, you simpleton!
I don't know. It just happened.
I'm playing. That's dope.
I was so.
I know why you did it.
Why?
That way you can always remember your anniversary.
No, because we got married in September the 16th.
What?
Yeah.
Nick, you actually know that shit?
Yeah. And we got together January 5th, and I proposed February 14th.
That's dope, man. Like, I'm glad to see that there's more guys like you, like us, that aren't afraid to admit that, yo, being faithful is cool. Like all that dog shit. If that's you, that's you. But like, there's beauty in this.
Like, some people try to clown on me for it, and I'm like, whatever.
But why? Johnny, we just got done talking about why people clown on you. They hate.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
There's jealousy in that, man. Like, you know, when people, I tell people that I've been with my wife for 10 years. Yeah. They're like, I won't let them hate. So they'll tell me what they really feel. They're like, yo, I wish I could have something like that. Yeah. Like, yo, you gotta put in work. This is 10 years. Yeah. I didn't just get with my wife last year talking about, oh yeah, we've been together for 10 years. Like, this is work.
Yeah.
So when they hate on you, Johnny, it's because they ain't got enough love for themselves to be like, yo, I want that. So they clown on you.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Hey, tell me to shut up when I'm wrong.
And then there's like those people, same people. Now they got girlfriends, and now they're thinking about getting married. I'm like, so I can't tell them. Like,
yeah.
How's it feel now?
It's a beautiful thing, man.
Yeah.
I love being with my wife. Yeah, we got our flaws. We still got things to work on. We're still only 10 years together. There's people who've been 30, 40, 50. Like, we'll get there.
Yeah.
But it's a beautiful thing, man. Until you find the right one for you. Until, like, I'm not even promoting love. It's just y'all are missing out.
Yeah.
Like, all that single shit was fun. I remember when I was single, yeah, it was a bunch of fun. But there's nothing like becoming a better person for you and for your loved ones. It just changes you. Like, it gives you a certain glow. So yeah, man. You got anything you want to add, Johnny?
Not really. I mean, that's basically, this is a good podcast right here.
All right, cool.
That
That was everything on my docket. You know what I'm saying?
We said everything we wanted to say, and it was pretty good.
But all right, man. Well, I guess we'll end it here, yo. Big shout outs to my boy Johnny, Stay Focused Entertainment, for coming through once more. This definitely won't be the last time you'll hear from him.
No, I'm not coming no more.
Ah, fuck you.
No, I'm just fine.
Big shout outs to my nigga Gucci. Shout out to my nigga Shane. Shout out to my nigga Jonathan. Big shout outs to my girl Stephanie. Love you, babe. You a down ass bitch. You know you're in a strong relationship when you can call each other bitch, right? I appreciate you coming, Johnny, man. This has been a great conversation. I like having these conversations that should be heard.
Yeah.
And shouldn't be held within, you know what I'm saying? That's what Uncensored Mind is, man.
Yeah.
If you want to reach out to me, you could do that in person. But if you're one of those very few people who don't know me but found this podcast because of a friend, you could hit me at theuncensoredminds@gmail.com. That's theuncensoredminds@gmail.com. For the YouTube community, like and subscribe, and please share. Spotify, just keep listening, keep streaming. I appreciate all the love that I've gotten. Yeah, man. I guess we'll end it here. Patriots 2019.
Oh, no.
Watch me be dead wrong. Yeah. Patriots! All right, guys. Keep it an uncensored mind and don't let anybody censor you. Peace!
Later.